Welcome to the channel. This video is part of our mission to help you grow, think, and live better. Have you ever wanted to learn a new skill? Maybe play the guitar, master a new language, or become a programming whiz, but felt like you just didn't have the time? What if I told you that you don't need thousands of hours or even hundreds to get pretty darn good at something? In fact, according to Josh Kaufman's book, The First 20 Hours, How to Learn Anything Fast, you only need 20 focused hours to go from zero to impressive in almost any skill. Intrigued? Stick around because I'm about to break down how you can make those first 20 hours count and finally tackle those dreams you've been putting off. Josh Kaufman wrote this book to challenge a common myth, the idea that mastering something requires 10,000 hours of practice. While that may hold true if you're aiming for world-class expertise, most of us aren't looking to compete in the Olympics or perform at Carnegie Hall. We just want to be good enough to enjoy the activity, solve a problem, or improve our daily lives. That's where the concept of rapid skill acquisition comes in. By focusing your energy and following a specific process, you can reach a surprisingly competent level in just 20 hours. Now, here's where it gets exciting. Kaufman lays out a practical, step-by-step framework for achieving this. But before diving into the steps, let's talk about why most of us struggle to start learning something new. Sound familiar? We procrastinate. We overthink. We say, "I'll start when I have more free time." But that time never seems to come. Kaufman's system eliminates these barriers by helping you focus on what truly matters. Step 1. Decide what you want to learn and why. Sounds simple, right? But here's the catch. You need to get specific. Let's say you want to learn to play the guitar. Instead of saying, "I want to play guitar," narrow it down to something like, "I want to play 3 of my favorite songs on the guitar." Why? Because clarity creates focus. When you know exactly what you're aiming for, it's easier to stay motivated and track your progress. A specific goal allows you to channel your energy effectively and avoid the trap of trying to learn everything at once, which can be overwhelming and demotivating. Next, Kaufman emphasizes deconstructing the skill. Imagine your skill as a big puzzle. Instead of trying to complete the whole thing at once, you break it down into smaller, manageable pieces. For example, if you're learning a language, focus on essential phrases and common words rather than trying to memorize the entire dictionary. Think about this. When you learn the phrase, "Where is the bathroom?" in a new language, you've immediately gained a practical skill that can help you in real-life situations. Similarly, if you're learning to code, start by mastering basic syntax or understanding how loops work before diving into complex algorithms. By targeting the most impactful components, you'll start seeing progress faster, which boosts your confidence and keeps you motivated. Here's a fun example Kaufman shares. When he decided to learn the ukulele, he didn't start by studying music theory or practicing endless scales. Instead, he identified a handful of basic chords that allowed him to play most songs. Within just a few hours, he was strumming along to tunes he loved. Why? Because he focused on the fundamentals that had the biggest immediate payoff. Think about it. How satisfying would it be to pick up an instrument and play your favorite song after just a few practice sessions? This approach isn't just efficient, it's deeply rewarding. Now comes a crucial and often overlooked part of the process. Remove distractions. Let's be honest, we live in a world full of distractions. Between smartphones, social media, and endless to-do lists, it's easy to lose focus. Kaufman suggests creating an environment that supports deep work. For example, if you're learning to cook, set up your kitchen with all the ingredients and tools you need before starting. If you're studying a language, find a quiet space and turn off notifications on your devices. These small adjustments can make a big difference. It's not just about having the time to practice, it's about making the most of that time by staying fully present and engaged. And speaking of time, consistency is key. Kaufman recommends blocking out at least 20 minutes a day for your chosen skill. Why 20 minutes? Because it's short enough to fit into even the busiest schedules, but long enough to make meaningful progress. Let's say you're learning touch typing. If you dedicate 20 focused minutes a day to practicing on a typing app, you'll start noticing improvements within a week. Plus, once you start seeing results, you'll often find yourself wanting to practice longer. The momentum builds naturally, and before you know it, you're making significant strides toward your goal. All right, let's talk about something that's not so fun but incredibly important. Embrace the frustration. No matter how exciting a new skill is, the beginning stages can be tough. You'll make mistakes, feel awkward, and probably question whether you're even capable of learning it. But here's the thing. This discomfort is a sign that you're growing. Think about when you first learned to ride a bike. Remember how wobbly and uncertain you felt? Yet, with a little persistence, it became second nature. The same principle applies here. Push through the initial awkwardness and you'll come out stronger on the other side. To make things easier, Kaufman introduces the concept of pre-commitment. This means setting clear goals and holding yourself accountable. For instance, tell a friend about your plan or schedule a mini-performance, like playing a song for your family or having a conversation in your new language with a tutor. When you've got skin in the game, you're more likely to stick with it. Pre-commitment also creates a sense of responsibility. Imagine telling your friends that you're going to learn how to juggle, and then showing them your progress in a few weeks. That added layer of accountability can be a powerful motivator. Let's shift gears for a moment and talk about the science behind all this. Kaufman's approach is rooted in research on learning and habit formation. Studies show that focused, deliberate practice is far more effective than mindlessly going through the motions. When you set specific goals, break down skills, and eliminate distractions, you're essentially hacking your brain to learn faster and more efficiently. For example, neuroscientists have found that when you practice a skill with intention and focus, you create new neural pathways that reinforce your learning. It's like paving a road in your brain. The more you use it, the smoother and faster it becomes. And here's where the 20-hour magic comes in. Kaufman found that this time frame, roughly 45 minutes a day for a month, is long enough to see significant improvement, but short enough to avoid burnout. It's the sweet spot where effort meets results. Think about it. We all have 24 hours in a day. Dedicating just 45 minutes, less than the time it takes to watch an episode of your favorite show, can lead to transformative growth. And let's be real, we can all find 20 hours over the course of a few weeks, can't we? So, what does this look like in practice? Let's take a quick example. Imagine you want to learn touch typing. First, you decide your goal. I want to type 50 words per minute without looking at the keyboard. Next, you deconstruct the skill. That means focusing on finger placement and practicing high-frequency words. Then, you eliminate distractions by using a typing app in full-screen mode. You commit to 20 minutes a day, pushing through those early days of frustration when your fingers feel like they have minds of their own. By the end of 20 hours, you'll be typing faster and more confidently than you ever thought possible. One of the most powerful takeaways from Kaufman's book is the idea that you don't have to be perfect to be good. We often hesitate to start new things because we're afraid of failing or looking silly. But the truth is, progress beats perfection every time. By focusing on consistent effort and celebrating small wins, you'll not only improve your skills, but also build confidence in your ability to tackle new challenges. Remember, every expert was once a beginner. The key is to embrace the journey and enjoy the process of learning. Before we wrap up, let's address a common question. What if I pick the wrong skill? Here's Kaufman's advice. No time spent learning is ever wasted. Even if you don't stick with a skill long term, the process of learning teaches you valuable meta skills like how to set goals, manage your time, and overcome obstacles. Plus, you never know when those newfound abilities might come in handy. For example, maybe you learn basic graphic design skills to create a logo for a personal project. Even if you don't become a professional designer, that knowledge could still prove useful down the road. All right, let's recap. To learn any skill in 20 hours, you need 1. Choose a specific goal. 2. Break the skill into smaller parts. 3. Eliminate distractions. 4. Commit to consistent practice. And 5. Push through the initial frustration. Remember, the key isn't to become an expert overnight, but to make meaningful progress that enriches your life. So, what's that one skill you've always wanted to learn? Guitar? Coding? Public speaking? Whatever it is, there's no better time to start than now. Your first 20 hours are waiting, and who knows, you might just surprise yourself with what you're capable of. Thank you for watching. We provide complete and concise summaries of impactful books to save you time and help you effectively grasp their key insights.